this whole Zen thing commanding so much attention. I've come to the conclusion I'm really just focused on Ethereum Zen, and that is hyper compound your fees into your LP.
Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo with more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Zen Strategy Alpha video number 2. All right, this is where it gets interesting. So, as I told you, I had my Zen LP tracking going on, and I was monitoring this price. It really hasn't dropped much. It seems to kind of found a floor right here, but nonetheless, I just wanted to give an update. Number one, Zen has launched on multiple chains. Okay, we've got Ethereum, BSC, Polygon, Avalanche, and Ethereum POW. This whole Zen thing commanding so much attention. I've come to the conclusion I'm really just focused on Ethereum Zen. I just don't, because the gas fees are so low on the other chains, to me, it's just almost kind of not worth my time. Now, in 20 years, could this be worth something? It's possible because Zen the minting. But keep in mind with Zen, it is very inflationary for a very long time. This minting goes on for 8 years. So, I mean, in the short term. Now, could people start building dApps and stuff around it? Yeah, they could. But, you know, right as of now, it's just a participation token. And in some ways, it's almost kind of like the first spam of blockchain. It's almost like a big spam campaign to grab everyone's attention. The problem with spam is it gets everyone's attention initially, but it doesn't necessarily have value. Now, I was watching some other videos yesterday, and they said that Zen has about the same price of Hex as when it launched Genesis. But, you know, again, long term, there could be some opportunities. But again, I told you I was supplying LP in my strategies with this. Now, here's the beautiful thing about this. I come back to my Zen and boom, I got 300 in USDC and 2.5 million Zen. I have about 3,000 in the LP. You're like, well, that's not a lot, but considering I earned $600 on 3,000, that's pretty good return. That's 20% returns in a very short period of time. But more importantly, the nice thing about this is there's a lot of attention on it. There's a lot of trading volume. Now I don't have to invest a single dime, because what I could do with my strategy now is shift it to using the Zen fees that I collect to continue to loop in and hyper compound my Zen. So this is strategy number 2, and that is hyper compound your fees into your LP. Now, remember I said I was waiting for another tick down on the decimals, and I have not seen that yet. So I might just let my fees continue to collect. Strategically, I could still add it if I think it's floored a little bit. That's kind of tough to say if it has, but let's check the LPs again. Again, you want it to have, okay, V2, no liquidity. Make sure you're adding this to V3 because that's where all the liquidity is. Still, USDC has the highest liquidity. Okay. Yep, and their score has gone up. So that is alpha tip number 2, is that if you get a decent amount in there, you can start to use the fees that you collect, because the V3 pools pays out in native token, which is pretty dope. And you can use that to hyper compound your position and keep building your position automatically. So then if you wait long enough, you should not have to put any more of your raw dry powder into this, and you can just hyper compound. So Yeah. So again, this is an interesting experiment, and it could just be spam, but in the long term, it could pay out. But again, keep in mind, long term, it's going to be long. So, and another important point, when you add liquidity in V3, you want to make sure you go full range, and you do that by, you can click, because you don't want your liquidity to go out of range. Now, you get less fees in full range, but you capture that. And as you can see, everyone's like, it's going to zero. If it goes to zero, I'm gonna get a lot of tokens. I don't even know what number that is. Like I said, 3 cotillion. Who knows? But with that being said, like, subscribe. As always, this is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking